I don't know if you guys played football at all. I hated football. Hated it. It was the most boring sport. I would rank it more boring as a
baseball
player
is
than
more boring than
all right,
anything.
fine. Okay, fine. Baseball wins the boring.
Well, it depends
football,
what position you play, right?
Soccer is ahead of football as far as not boring as a kid, because at least with soccer, you're always active, like you're always moving. Football was horrible because the only sport I played a ton at that point was hockey, and it's constant movement. And so like I would feel like as soon as like I'm feeling amped about the play we're in, it's over. And then you go back, and then
I was always
the quarterback goes, "What are we going to do?" And he goes, "Well, I'm 13, so I'm going to hand it off to the fastest kid again." Like, and that's the way it always went. And all of my routes were like, "Hey, Taylor, run this diagonal route so that we'll trick them into thinking we're going to pass to you." And it's like the cornerback isn't even covering me anymore because he knows that you can't throw it. But yeah, eighth grade football, very fun. Can't believe you guys didn't get forced to play.
I think I did. I don't know how old I was when I played. I don't know.
And you never played, Dick? Never played football?
No, I was forced to play tennis and baseball.
Oh, I also played tennis and baseball.
Tennis is a bunch of fun. Tennis is really underrated.
It's not fun. Tennis gives your parents a direct line to yell at you in a way that other sports have like a coach in the way or multiple coaches. Tennis is like a one-on-one you getting yelled at, so it's really the excitement is lessened by that component. Baseball is great.
Well, it doesn't have to be a one-on-one yell. Like I remember playing hockey. Like my dad was very comfortable yelling at me in front of everyone. Like about like I let in a goal that I probably shouldn't have, and I would like be looking forward in my mask, like dreading looking up to the stands and seeing my dad because he'd be like fucking furious at me.
Yeah,
like, I would be like I was so stressed out about hockey games every single time, just like fuck, like I hope I don't fuck up and like I don't want to be mad at me.
That's if I had a time machine, I would just go back to one of those any tennis games. Go like, what the fuck is your problem? What do you care about this? Games? Yeah, it's a fucking nightmare.
And he yelled at you. Was your dad? Wait, was your dad good at tennis?
Yeah, he's good. He's like a super athlete. He's great at everything and loves it.
Damn. So he actually had a leg to stand on when he was critiquing you.
Well, no, that doesn't make that. That's the opposite. What kind of things would he yell?
Just I think he was like Tiger Woods' dad. I don't, or King Richard, the Serena Williams. Like for some reason, a bunch of guys his age. I'm not Serena Williams. No, I know. Believe me, I've heard this many times. At many different levels, many different decibels. I don't know why, but a bunch of guys his age got like Agassi's dad, Serena Williams' sister's dad, Tiger Woods' dad. They all got this idea that that the most important thing for their kids was to have them be like the best athlete, like superstar in the world. I don't know why this was dad's. This was like a dad manufacturing plant decided to make this chip of dad and put it in this model of how to be a pain in the ass. But he got that upgrade just like all these other guys, and I was just not really that good. Like I'm okay, but I also don't hate sports because I hate other people and like.
Did you not have the makings of a varsity athlete?
No, I played varsity. I just don't really like it. Like I like fucking around. I like the slap.
My dad was working. He only went to championships. Like he didn't just attend every game. Like,
oh, you lucked out, Woody. I would trade anything.
Yeah. If you want your dad to come to the game, you better make fucking states. Actually, he didn't go to states, but he did go to like local championships that weren't such a big drive.
He went to the convenient championships. Okay, he was.
Oh, yeah, Dick is right. You lucked out. Like when my dad wasn't coming to a game, I was like, okay, I can calm down a little bit.
Really, I can't relate to any of this. My dad was at every game because he was oftentimes the coach, and he didn't yell at me. You know, it was like
never.
I mean, only if I wasn't paying attention. If I was in the outfield or something, like not paying attention, it's like, hey, wake up out there. You get one of those. But that's not mean. That's
would he yell at you if you made a mistake on the field?
He never did. But I don't remember making a lot of like mental errors. That's something that I wouldn't do. Like when I failed, it was physical. You know, I wasn't fast enough, or I But with pitching, like there's just this wall you hit where like you just don't have it anymore, like accuracy wise, and it's like at this point, this is on you. Either take me out or reap the benefit or reap what you get.
I'm doing everything I can possibly do to throw it.
Yeah. So no, I don't remember him ever yelling at me, other than to pay attention and or pay attention if I was on the bench too. Like you're not supposed to be horsing around when you're sitting on the bench. You're supposed to be paying attention to the game. Like we're here for this. We're here for this. If you want to like lollygag and like fucking blow bubblegum bubbles on each other back there like a bunch of pussies, like we're not going to do that here today. Like that was clear. We're here to play baseball.
If I let a goal in,
that sounds familiar. If I on the bench, fuck you.
If I let a goal in that I knew I shouldn't look in, it gave me so much fucking anxiety because I knew he would be very displeased with that.
Well, I wouldn't want to disappoint him, but he would never like, you fucked that one up. Like nothing close to that ever. And to be honest, maybe that's why I don't remember like making mistakes like that, is because he never was mean about that. Because I honestly don't have any memories of like big mistakes in baseball. I'm sure I made some. I remember hitting some kids, but that's just funny when you're a pitcher.
Dude, there are frames in my head I can see still if I close my eyes of me missing a puck with my left glove in a championship game, and it like I was so devastated, like I was so anxious, like oh my god, like I wish I saved that. I don't want anybody mad at me.
No, I can't. I've had more experiences like that, like those crushing mistakes that you were embarrassed about in video games than I have sports. Like
that goal, Taylor, I wouldn't have blamed on the goalie. Like I'll blame the goalie if a really slow one gets in. If a knuckleball, like whatever, dribbles in and the goalie. One thing that can happen in hockey if people don't play is it's rolling at them and they don't take it seriously enough. Like they try to stop it with just their stick, or maybe they don't get into proper position to really handle a last minute deflection or something like that. That I'll blame the goalie for. A freaking like wrister that goes in by your glove side, dude, you shouldn't have got that shot off. Like there's a team
same
in front
thing
of you.
Fielding in baseball. You can get down in front of and square up and you can like get that thing, or you can kind of like jaunt over and like do this slick thing where you just kind of reach down and grab it and go through the motion smoothly. And one of them looks cool and the other one works 100% of the time.
Yes. Yeah. So unless the goalie's being lazy,
the goalie thing, like if you haven't played goalie in ice hockey, you may not realize like the puck is vulcanized rubber. It's unbelievably hard. And so when people hold it, they don't think like this is also bouncy. Like, and it's less bouncy once they freeze it, but it's still rubber. It's still bouncy. And so the like most terrifying shot as a goalie was when they would get it on net on like a bullshit dump in, and it would be on net, but it would be landing in like, those balls, those bouncy balls that have like 4 different or 6 different like sticks on every side, almost like a jack,
almost like
that
throwing
you could
a football.
You could throw it and it'll bounce anywhere.
Go.
Yeah, you don't know where it's going to bounce. And so like I remember explicitly right now, I'm remembering a goal I let in from almost like the blue line where they flipped it in, and I like thought I had myself in the right position, and it landed right in front of my stick and went like boo, 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 and like went right over me. And I remember like wanting to kill myself in that moment, being like, this is so humiliating because no one who just watched this realizes what happened, like how I was trying to track the puck and I fucking missed it. Oh, that's so embarrassing. It is. Being a goalie fucking sucks. You can't leave. You're in there the whole game. Do you know how many games I stood there while opposing fan bases threw fries at me and chicken nuggets at me and shit, and like the refs have to come over and I would have to take my stick and push all the fries and chicken nuggets into the net so that it wasn't in the middle of the play, and like you're just and then like
Taylor, you fool! You should have made a defensive wall out of fries and chicken nuggets so that they can't score.
Rip the mask off and just start feasting.
No, make a little.
You're giving me power.
I would have
Now
had
I'm gonna save all the bucks.
tall barrier made prize.
Oh no, Taylor's supersizing.
He's supersizing, and I'm just busting out of my pants, just filling the whole net. Yeah, that's my.
Where can I go to throw chicken nuggets at a kid playing hockey? That sounds great.
Literally any high school game. There was so much.
yeah.
So the way hockey works in high school is it's as far as injuries go, it's the most dangerous sport. It's much less popular than football, and so it doesn't get the same hate. But schools do not insure their hockey programs. All hockey programs are like a third party thing because they don't want to deal with it. And so you would do that, and that's how it would go. There's not much else to explain. That's how they would do it. Is they didn't want to deal with people getting hurt, and so they just threw people on there. But yeah, all the hockey games I would go to, like one of my very close friends now, he's a year younger than me in high school. And in high school, I did not know him at all. His name is Mike. Did not know him. The way I met him is that he came to every single hockey game, even the games that were like at midnight because hockey times are ridiculous. And he would be there, and sometimes he'd be the only student there, and he would get blackout drunk. And the first time I saw him, I saw him around school in the hallways, and he started walking around, like there was no one at the game, and he started walking around the rink towards where I am. And I'm like, what's this fucker doing? Like, is he gonna try and distract me and bang on the glass? And he was walking like he was already fucking blackout drunk. And he gets behind me and he starts banging on the glass. And like hockey players, you don't respond to banging on the glass ever. But I heard him yelling Taylor! Taylor! And I was looking around just trying to see. He's like, I love you. you made so many good saves. He was, and multiple games I would notice him coming around, and he would just be drunk, giving me encouragement, being like, I know we're losing, but it's not your fault. You're doing good. I'm so proud of you. And just doing shit like that. And we became friends later. I'd be like, you're the guy who comes to all the fucking games, and your name's Mike. And he's like, yeah, I love getting blackout drunk, going to the hockey games. It's so much fun. And I'm like, yeah, sometimes you don't even bring people with you. He's like, yeah, it's a solo occasion sometimes. But yeah, shout out to Mike, one of my close friends. Got to meet him that way. Yeah, I remember one of the younger brother of one of my teammates. It was Dan, the guy who was always drunk and high when he would play, but he was at a skill level. So Dan and I were the best players on the team, and we played on a different team that traveled together also. And so it was just a coincidence we happened to be on this team as well. And so Dan would get just blackout drunk sometimes before he played, and he'd still be tremendous. But he gave his younger brother once a whistle to sit in the stands with. And he told his younger brother, he goes, if they ever have a breakaway, blow the whistle. And because a breakaway means that they would have a player coming towards me, the goalie, with no one around. So it'd be 1-on-1, a very bad situation for the goalie. And so he gave this whistle to his brother. And I swear to God, he got 3 breakaways blown down before they went up into the stands and found the kid with the whistle and removed him. But literally, we ended up winning the game, and it was 1,000,000% because of him blowing the whistle in the stands. Because
you're not allowed to do that?
No, because a whistle means the end of play. And so they would be skating towards me, and they would cross the blue line, and I'd be skating out, and it'd just be me and him. And then there'd be from over there, whoop, and then the guy carrying the puck would be like, oh, and he'd push it away, and then the refs would be like, plays live. But by that point, all my defensemen are back and everything's good. And he got away with it a couple times before they were like, find who has that whistle.
It's like bringing a air horn to a basketball game.
Yeah, I guess that would be the same, because that's what they use there for. Or no, don't they use whistles for plays?
In high school basketball.
Oh, I don't know anything about high school basketball.
I remember they used an air horn for something, because I remember they were beeping one during the game. It caused a whole problem.
We would wear little umpire uniforms. The first baseman would pull his shirt off and run over and go, "You're out!" And then he would get off and we'd tag him. We're like, joke's on you. Just first baseman.
I'm just the first baseman. Well, I'm just an umpire with a glove standing here with a ball in it.
On his back. He would have it on his back.
Oh, okay.
You're out.
Yeah, baseball was the shittiest sport to have to play as a child, because it was literally only batting. It was just the waiting game until it was your turn to bat, and then that was it. Because no one's hitting dingers into the outfield in Little League for the most part. They're just not.
It's just like a screw up sport. Like, see how many screw ups you can not make. And as a kid, you just make a lot. Like, oh. Seemingly easy catch. Like, whoops, well, fuck that up. Oh, here's an easy throw. I've done it a million times. Whoop, fuck that up.
Watching T-ball is one of the most excruciating things. I saw this really cute clip on Reddit the other day where the kid like hits the ball and then he starts crying because he ran the wrong way, and the coach just runs over and picks him up and starts running with him to first base, and he's kicking his little legs like he's running, and then he like sits him down and he's safe because the play was so bungled it didn't matter that he had with the it didn't fucking matter.
No one's keeping score. Who gives a fuck?
We had there was a year where before T-ball and after T-ball and before you start having kids throw at each other, they had the pitching machine or coach pitch. The pitching machine made so much more sense than having someone's dad fucking throw at us. Like that never made sense to me.
Why? Because he's inconsistent and bad at it?
Yeah. Yeah, like just give us this, give us all the exact same thing if you're not going to have a kid throw at us.
Stupid question, but does the machine do the same thing every time?
It's really consistent.
Mostly, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can make it do other stuff, but that'd be wacky.
I went to a batting cage
if he's back there like
the same thing.
Yeah, but I think you can turn the thing and make it do funky stuff.
A little randomizer, I guess.
Would that be good?
It's better
training?
than a dad. It's more consistent than someone's dad, probably.
It's infinitely more consistent than a human being. Yeah.
Is that even good to train on if you're like a pro though?
Yeah, it's about timing. It's not about like hitting
accuracy. It's
about timing. Or if it's really fast, and that's the thing about baseball is like the guy's fastball might be 93 miles per hour, but he'll throw some off speed pitch at like 86 or something, and the guy's already set up to hit that fastball, and then his timing's all wrong, and he's like this machine that's trying to stop mid motion and reload, and it just doesn't work. That's
probably the most impressive thing about baseball, both like hitting the ball and also like you'll watch like viral videos of someone like throwing a ball as hard as they can. It's like 88, and it's like, whoa, this guy's got an arm. And then you see like a baseball highlight, and it's like, oh, fastball 103, and then it's like, oh, he's throwing his super slow changeup. Wow, a measly 82. It's like my God, like that's got to be unbelievably difficult to hit. Yeah, I feel like catcher is a super easy job. I don't know anything about catcher.
Your knees and the collisions. It's the most dangerous job, in my opinion, because that's the only place on the field where you're actually getting serious collisions and concussions. Because if a guy's running in for third and you're like waiting on the throw from the outfield, he will run you over with everything he has. And he's probably going to put an elbow in your face.
I don't know baseball rules. Can he defend the plate? Can he like be between the runner and the plate?
You're gonna that's where you are supposed to be. You're gonna ground yourself so that when you catch it, you're there to make the tag. He is going to try to hit you and knock you out if he can, so that even if you do have that ball, if he knocks you out and you drop the ball, he's safe.
Haven't you seen Major League, Taylor? Come on, you know this. Tom Berenger.
I have not seen that. No,
he's gonna fuck you up. That's the most dangerous part of baseball, in my opinion.
But when you do that, the guy has to run through you basically, because I do know in baseball you're not allowed to leave. Run around. If you leave the lines, you're out. Right.
You can do a little loopy stuff. You can do some stuff, but like if you try to make a big loop around him, that's not going to work. Like you could try to jump over him. You can do a little barrel roll, some cart rolls. There's been all sorts of acrobatics on the baseball field. Running around.
That seems like the position to be, though. Like maybe that's why I became a goalie, because I liked having the most control over the.
Wasn't it hard on your? Isn't it hard on your knees though? Like in baseball, I know that's one of the concerns too.
It's very hard on your knees because you're always in a squatted position as a goalie.
Do you think you could do the splits now?
Absolutely not. There's a 0% chance I could do the splits now. When I was playing like regularly, competitively, I could do the splits like that way or the other way, like pretty easily, because like when you get to like a high level of hockey at like 17. All the other goalies can do that, and so you're not special for being able to do it. It's like at lower levels where like when I would play high school hockey and I would do the splits to make a save, people would be like, whoa, that's crazy. And then like I would do that in like a competitive game, and they'd be like, yeah, he'd be a retard if he didn't do that.